How's this one feel compared to the others? Any different considering who you're going against, the moment?
Um, Not really. I don't think it feels bigger than when I fought for the world title. I think that feels that was for me anyway. That was more pressure on me. I think this one, I'm already I've solidified myself like for the confidence that I can achieve what I've achieved. So going out there fighting a guy in Colby Covington, um, a guy that I don't really like. I think it makes it easier in training camp. It makes it easier to show up and compete.
Against Leon Edwards. How are you feeling this fight week and ahead of this fight?
I feel amazing, man. It's great to be back on U.S. soil and get to defend my country and defend the honor of all our, citizens here in America. So, it feels great. It could have been in UK, but he said all-time fuck you to all the UK fans and said, no, I don't want to defend this title in the UK. I'd rather come to U.S. soil. So history repeats itself. It's just going to be another 1776, and that means British don't come to America. You come to America, you're going home empty-handed, Junior.
How do you balance that, right? Because on one hand, you're going against a guy that's kind of got the pro wrestling thing going on, but he's also, we talked to him a few minutes ago. He had all sorts of insults to hurl at you about being a quitter and asking us to ask you what your IQ was and all this stuff, and draped out in the Donald Trump suit. So how do you balance motivating yourself in a healthy way versus like playing into the pro wrestling game, so to speak?
Easy to be fair, because I think everyone knows he's playing like a character, right? And even him after like when he fought Usman, he's like, I won't try and sell a fight, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like easier to take someone like that like as a joke, and that's what I'm able to do. Just take it for what it is. He's a clown, and just treat him as such,
And separating his personality and the gimmick from his abilities, I guess, what do you see now that you've gone through a training camp and really studied him?
That's not as good as everyone thinks, He's a guy that's been stopped before by TKO, been choked out before, been taken down before, So there's many ways that you can beat him. He's just a normal fighter that's more scrappy, basically. He's like Usman, more scrappy, basically, And me and my team came up with a great game plan to neutralize everywhere where he's good at, and my aim is to go out there and take him out.
I mean, the fact you said he didn't want to fight in the UK, do you feel like you're not only fighting for the US but for the UK as well? You're UK fans?
Yeah. I feel like I need to go defend this title in the UK because they get robbed of a pay-per-view main event title fight. So I feel bad for the fans of the UK. They deserve better than what Leon's done to them. But that's why they were all screaming for Colby when Leon was fighting over there. They didn't even care about him because he has no redeeming qualities. I mean, the guy's a complete joke. He's low IQ. I'd love for the media to go ask him, like, what is his level of education? Did he even get through grade school?
I haven't asked him that yet. Skill set wise, when you look at your skills against his, do you believe this is the traditional grappler versus striker matchup, or do you think you can match up with him on the feet as well?
No, I can beat him everywhere for sure. I love that everybody says that this is a striker versus grappler match. You can watch all the tape you watched on me, but I'm not the same fighter I was last time I stepped in the octagon. So Saturday night, you're going to see a completely different version of myself, and I'm going to outclass Leon. I'm going to bring out the dog in me. I'm going to bring out the quitter in Leon.
And I know when you when you last fought in March, you were kind of lukewarm about him being the next challenge for you. You said that that wasn't going to be the case. Now that it's here, do you still feel like he's really shouldn't be the guy on the other side? Like if it was a just system, or
do you think he should be the guy?
I mean, it's
exactly
Blah
right.
certainly has a good case as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I think no one in this room know why it's fine for a title, but we're here now, and none of that matters. Like I said, all that matters now is Saturday night, going out there, taking him out. I am focused fully on that, and that's it. Whether he deserves it or not, it doesn't matter because he's fighting anyway for the bout, and that's my aim.
I'm so thankful for this company. I want to be an active champion. Leon, he's turned down so many fights people don't even talk about. I'm the one that had to save the day and be the apex predator and beat Woodley because he turned down when he had the sniffles. He had the sniffles and he turned down Woodley. And then he had a title fight with Usman in Abu Dhabi. He said, no, the sniffles again. Oh, no, I want a title fight. They offer him a title fight. Oh, not that title fight. So what does that guy deserve? He doesn't want to fight. He just wants to sit on that placeholder belt that he has right now. So it's okay. That's why Daddy Covington's here to save the day for the UFC and all the fans out there.
Leon, you mentioned about Colby being a character and how in the past he said to Kamaru, like, oh, I was selling the fight and stuff like that. If he turns around to you and says, I was only joking about that, do you sort of go, I get it, it's a character? Or do you think, well, if you say those things, you're still saying those things, character or not?
I don't know. I just don't think after we have a beer, like maybe in the octagon as like athletes, like oh yeah, like good fight, but I wouldn't be like go to the club with him after. We're just two different guys, you know. I feel like even without fighting, we just wouldn't be friends anyway. You know, I think his mentality is different from my mentality. His way of thinking is different from my way of thinking, and that's it. You know, we're just two different human beings, and but he sells a fight. I get paid. We all get paid, so here's what it is.
Wait, right here. You've obviously fought some pretty high-level former champions like Tyron, Kamaru, RDA, Robbie Lawler. So I'm curious, where does Leon rank compared to all these former champions that you faced?
You know, he's at the bottom of the end of where the guys that I fought. You know, I fought in first ballot Hall of Famers, and this guy's had a pretty easy path. You know, everybody likes to talk about my path to get here. Let's talk about his path. Who'd he beat? RDA a couple years after I washed him up. Who'd he beat? 40-year-old Cerrone, 40-year-old Nate Diaz, Ricky Waters. Where does his impressive resume come from? Where's his young contenders on his resume? He doesn't have it. It never happened. So, you know, he's nothing impressive. Saturday night, I'm going to expose him for what he is. And that's nothing more than a coward and a low IQ idiot.
So if he wasn't the champion right now, would a fight with Leon even interest you at this point? Like if they offered you like a number one contender fight against Leon?
You know, the fights that offer me is the biggest and best fights the UFC come. This is a publicly traded multi-billion-dollar company. Could you imagine if I just fought some prelim fighter? We'd be defrauding investors. The UFC would get sued. I love this company. This company changed my life. I want to do good and the best business for this company. And this is a business. It's about making money. So, you know, I want to do whatever the direction the UFC wants to go. I want the biggest and best fights. That's who I want. So if he's at the top of the totem pole at that time, then sure, yeah, I'd love to do it. You know, I've wanted to fight him for years, but here we are, undisputed, baby. And Colby Chaos Covington, there's nothing more than Colby Chaos Covington wants than to be undisputed champion. And that's exactly what Colby Chaos Covington is going to do on Saturday night.
So you mentioned that you dislike him. Is that like this guy personally, I can't stand him, I hate him, or is it just like this guy annoys me?
No, I don't hate him. I don't know him like that to hate him. You know, I hate the character that he's playing. You know, I find it just strange that a grown ass man is walking around with another grown ass man in his clothes. You know, it's just a weird thing. I don't get it because I'm from different like parts of the world from him. Well, if that's his thing, right? And yeah, fair play to him.
Do you think just sort of, you know, he's had these title shots, he got this title shot that you're not sure he deserved. Do you think after this one, you'll kind of prove that his time at the top of the division is over and that he spent too long on the shelf?
I believe so. You know, I can't see him because he's all turning on all the younger guys coming up. You know, he's turning on all everyone that UFC offered him and sat out for 2 years. You know, so now I can't see him winning the bout and then fighting all the young up and comers. I just can't see it happening. You know, and I think when someone like that gets stuff added to them so easily all the time that he feels like he can do that. You know, so after being him, I truly believe he's either retire or move down probably. They keep calling out Islam, so let him go fight Islam lightweight, you know.
Leon also said that when we asked him, the UFC probably wants you to win this fight. So I'm curious, do you feel that way, that the UFC wants you as champion?
You know, the UFC doesn't really have favorites. They don't care who the champions are going to be. They put the two best guys that are deserving of the shots, and they let them fight it out for us. So that's what's going to happen on Saturday night. Leon can keep making these excuses, keep saying this stupid stuff that no one believes. I mean, Saturday night it will determine who's the best fighter in the world, and there's no one more deserving of this title than me.
Last one for me. There are rumors that maybe Donald Trump might put the belt around you if you do win. Is there any truth to that?
There is truth to that. Donald Trump will be in attendance Saturday night, and he's going to wrap that belt around me. I love Dana White, but I've just asked Dana if, you know, he could let Donald put it around me. So, you know, it's going to be a spectacle. No, it doesn't matter who they put in there Saturday night. They could put the Hulk in there Saturday night. No one's beating me in front of Donald Trump. We're going to make America great again. We're going to make the UFC welterweight division great again because Leon's made an absolute joke of it.
And you mentioned, just a quick one for me, you mentioned, you know, his suit and everything, but Colby was in here saying that if he does win that, it's actually going to be Trump wrapping the belt around his waist. So what do you make of that?
I don't know. I think the whole scenario is weird. That's what I think. That's what I make of it. Like, I don't get the fascination with another man. You know, I don't get it. I know he used to be the president and stuff, but he's no longer the president. So I don't get like what's going on. And I don't know, it's just a weird why he picked him just to be a character off the back of him. You know, I just don't get it. And Trump and Rock nothing around his ways because he ain't getting about. Trump has been to his fights before when he's lost, so Trump can't fight for him. Yeah, just need to grow up and go get a girlfriend or something.
You wouldn't want Rishi Sunak to put the belt around you, no?
Who?
You wouldn't want Rishi Sunak.
No.
Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson is equivalent to that, right? It's like Boris going to put the bat around me. He's like, bro, like, no. You know what I mean?
Who said I'm not willing? I'm willing to do whatever the UFC wants to do, and I don't make the calls around here. Last time I checked, Leon tried to call the shots and say, oh, Colby's not fighting for the title. No chance. No way Colby's fighting for the title. Where are we here today? We found out who called the shots. When none of us fighters call the shots, it's up to the company. It's up to Hunter Campbell, Dana White, Ari Emanuel. These are the guys that call the shots. So whatever they decide is the biggest and best business for this multi-billion-dollar publicly traded company, then that's what we'll do next.
Was there a reason why Dana did not let you walk out with Trump this Saturday?
Yeah, there was a reason. He called me about that. And, I asked Donald Trump if he could walk me out. I saw him at Mar-a-Lago before I left. And, I got this suit signed by him. And he said he would walk me out. And then we called the UFC and Dana. And he said, logistically, Colby, it would just be too tough. He has, almost 100 Secret Service that come with them. And it would be too much mayhem to get you to the cage and get him there at the same time. So, unfortunately, Donald Trump won't be able to walk out with me, but, he'll be cage side, and I'll give him a hug before I enter that octagon. And, I'll see him cage side, and, he'll be putting that belt around my waist Saturday night.
And, And obviously, this is Colby's third crack at the welterweight title. How satisfying will it be for you to essentially slam the door in his face in terms of title contention and potentially usher him into retirement?
I'm just focusing on me. I'm not really focusing like this is Colby's last shot. I know he ain't beating me. That's the main thing. Like whether go down to somewhere else and get a title shot, then fair play to him. Like my aim is he's not beating me, and that's it. I don't give to. I don't care what he does with his career after that, and that's it.
You said that Leon is a quitter. Is that just a summation that you've made from what you saw in his fight with Kamaru Usman, or was that something that you saw in him beforehand?
Yeah, it was the first fight with Usman where I saw that he has that quitter in him. So, I'm going to bring him to that dark place, and, I'm going to bring out the dog in me and the quitter in him. So I know he has a deep down side. Even in the second fight, he had it too, and his coach had to wake him up. Leon, oh, come on, you're quitting. Don't give up. So, he's a mumbling idiot. And Saturday night, I'm going to bring that quitter back out of him.